What's up, duelists? It's your boy. We're back with another solo video today again. We're playing Souls Manic Flamvel List, or more or less Souls Manic Flamvel List. He has a few changes from this, but I opted to include a Card Trooper, a Charge, and a Mind Control over 3 Upstart, and I opted to play 2 Cyber Dragon over 2 Hamster. But I've talked a lot of shit about this deck. I think it's largely underwhelming, personally. I think resolving a Stardust isn't even the best thing in the world, but hey, we're going to try it out. We're going to try it out against It's Me, Tristan, resident Edison player. And as we get into the game, I want to remind you guys that on October 16th, we're running a Edison tournament, which is going to be run through the FL Discord. There will be a link to that Discord in the description below. Make sure and check that out. Make sure and come join. Be a part of it. Be a part of the game. You know? Have some fun. Show us your favorite decks, you know? Show us your opinion on why whatever deck is the best deck in the format. Or we're always curious to see new takes on the format. So come through. Looks like we're gonna get to go first, which is huge here. Big for these types of jank decks to go first. And we have a good draw. I think this is a pretty good hand. I think I'm going to lead on... this is tough. I think it's safer to lead on Thunder King. Especially if he's got something like Charge of the Light Brigade or Reinforcement of the Army or a powerful searching spell. We just want to switch that off as early as possible. And I think we also want to set Book of Moon. I think this is the safest way to sort of deal with things. If he has something like a Cyber Dragon, we could even consider just booking it and not using the Thunder King to negate. So we'll see how things go down. We don't want to get blown out by Heavy Storm this early on. And we can maybe use this My Body as a Shield as a powerful tool. So we'll see. Okay, Raiko's a really good draw. We really do have to think here. Now, setting the Book of Moon is a little not so great now because I do want a Storm. I guess I didn't really think about that. Think about him setting multiples and setting a monster. But I guess this is kind of why Thunder King Rattle's not that great. But it's cool. It's cool. We'll go with Card Trooper here, I think. Right? Okay, so if we go Card Trooper and we attack over his monster. Well, we start milling, I guess. And if the Card Trooper survives 2 turns, we're gonna mill 6, which is good for our rekindling. Mill 3. Oh shit, I messed up the command. Your boy don't know how to spell. Not the best mill. I would have loved to draw any of these cards, actually. Well, that's cool. We'll attack with Thunder King in case it's a Raiko. That way he'll pop either our Thunder King or our back row. Here's the Icarus attack. Okay, cool. So we've got My Body as a shield for this, which is pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and connect 1500 or 3800 here, which is really big pressure. Icarus attack and a quest. Okay, so he's on Gladiator Beast. That's good to know. That's good to know. This Book of Moon is going to be really helpful, especially assuming that Icarus attack was the only way he had to get rid of it. So if he has a monster here, like Monster, Tiger, we can book what he tries to Tiger back. Or if he goes, you know, just like Monster attack our guy, we can just book his guy, and then we should be winning. If we mill any Flamvel, we should be winning. This is really good for us. So yeah, okay, cool. So he had a card that we shut off with the Thunder King turn 1, which is great. That's kind of why we summoned the Thunder King turn 1. Here comes the Laquari. We're gonna be able to book this when it tries to do some stuff. So that's good. That's good. He might be considering not attacking here, which I wouldn't be the worst for him. But then on our turn, we will just, you know, we'll do what we got to do to win the game. You know how it goes. So our books trade there. which is kind of nice. This Heavy Storm looks a little too appealing, but because I think he's on something like Chariot Bottomless, I'm just going to gun it. If he has Dark Bribe, then that's totally fine. No, so yeah, he did have Bottomless. He had Deep Prison as well. So we're going to go ahead and mill 3. And this Bottomless should just lock up the victory for us. Bottomless Raikou should be game. Unless his last cards are Prisma Tiger. Or his last card is Gores. I'm even Prisma Tiger we can stop with Thunder King though, so I'm not too concerned. I think we're pretty much, yeah, we stop it with Bottomless too. I think we just win this game for sure. This game was kind of a blowout. We'll go ahead and Bottomless that. All right, sick. We won the die roll, and we had a Thunder King Ryo that never got removed. That's kind of what we want to be doing. I think this matchup's tricky, right? Because you want your guys, like you want all your dudes, but you also don't. If that even makes sense. I don't even know if that makes sense to you guys, but that's kind of where we're at. Thunder King is obviously great here. As is, I think, the Fire Dogs. I think those are our best 6 cards. We don't want to side those out. I'm not sure if we want to side out a Magician or if that's something Souls Manic ever does, but in the past, I do sometimes side out a Magician. Although we do have Brain and Mind, so it might be stupid to side out one of our 3 tuners. Card Trooper's a little weak, especially because post-board, they're going to have Cyber Dragons. So I'm okay with siding him out. And I think I'm okay with siding out maybe a Caius. Cyber Dragon, again, also a little weak because they do have Cyber Dragons, but it's pretty good because it's just not a normal summon, you know? It's something we can, like, throw down and vibe with, you know? We can just vibe with it. I actually don't love Shrink and, like, in this matchup because they play their own Shrinks. So, like, we shrink them, they shrink us back. It's a blowout. I also don't love it, like, on the draw. Oh, I guess we should think about what we're bringing in. I like Trap Hole a fair bit, and I like Dust Tornado a fair bit. I like Dust Tornado a lot, actually. I want to bring in both. I have in the past brought in Crow. I don't know if this is the time to do it. It might be. It might be one Crow. Just to interrupt, like, the stupid whatever Prisma play. And then we gotta consider, like, Gores, who I kind of like. I like just having a bunch of shit that forces him to spend resources. I think the Trap Holes are gonna be better on the play. Oh man, Trap Holes probably gotta be better than Shrink though, here. Shrink isn't really gonna help us too much unless we're, like, trying to force something through a Bottomless. I really want stuff that's just gonna, like, allow our Raikou to resolve and allow our other dudes to resolve. We could also keep in the Trooper because we're on the draw. And then just use it as a threat, like a resilient threat. But I'm not opposed to that. But it's not, like, you know, it's not the best. Try a Trap Hole. I'm not going to think about things too much. I mean, this looks fine. I wish we had another monster here. I wish we had something like a Doom Caliber Knight, but we don't. So, if we lose this one because we're on the draw, oh well. You know? It's just kind of the way it goes with these, like, brainless beater decks, but we'll see. I guess also he didn't see any Flamvel cards. That's really interesting. He might not know we're even on Flamvel. This could be big. If we mill a Fire Dog here, this could be big. And I think we are going to go for this charge. Yeah. That's pretty terrible. Oh, I was supposed to side out Dust Shoot. Oh, well. Our hand's very good. We're just going to set Raikou and be really chilling. Because even if that's a Chariot, we can space on the attack. And then we've stabilized. So I'm unbothered by this. Milling Heavy Storm sucks, though. I can't deny that. I was supposed to side out Dust Shoot. That was a complete oversight by me. That's cool, though. We'll bring it out for game 3. It honestly would have been fine here. He didn't set anything, so that's intriguing. If he just sets Bestiari and then goes for a Geyserus, I mean, that sucks. But we have a chainable Space Typhoon, so potentially gonna be, you know, 1 for 1. But we'll probably end up losing the trap hole. I can't imagine him going for it into 2 back row though. Like, that just seems really, really aggressive. If his set is Heavy Storm, he got us. I will say that. That'd be pretty crazy. This is partially why I think this Flamvel deck is fucking dog shit. Like, look at our hand. Like, these cards are so bad. Like, I mean, obviously, if we hit a Fire Dog there, we were never losing the game, but we didn't. You know what I mean? Like, and now we're just kind of like hoping that he doesn't go for an all-in play. Here. Him thinking probably means he has some sort of like power play, some Rescue Cat thing, some kind of shit like that. Rescue Cat would be really bad too, because we can't trap hole that. That would actually probably be a worst case scenario for us. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Flamvel Magician in your hand is just so bad. It looks like he is going to go for it. Interesting. I'm honestly really surprised he's going for this. Okay. Cool. We are going to get to Typhoon his back row. This was a bit of a mistake from him. Yeah. Unless he has a Chariot in his hand. We can just not activate Raikou. And just make a Goyo and swing over if he has a Chariot. Yeah, he didn't have a Chariot. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Raikou. That's really strange. Did he shuffle? I mean, it's a bit telling that he has something in his hand for Raikou, right? He has to, right? Am I just crazy? No? No, he doesn't have anything for... We're just going to get to destroy the Geyserus for free? That was like a best case scenario. In every sense, that was just really good. He might have called a Haunted. That would suck. That would really suck. Okay, so here we've got a bit of a decision, right? We picked up a Book of Moon, which is huge. It's a great piece of interaction. And our Rekindling is now live. We don't really want him to get a Ready Ari if possible, just because that would suck. I'm thinking we go set Raikou, set Book, pass. The only alternative is like Summon Magician, attack, pass. With Book of Moon set, of course. And I don't love that. Because then something like Space Typhoon, you know, like Laquari is just so fucking bad. So I think we're just going to do this. The Book of Moon is going to be really good for us. We're going to be able to, you know, do some shit. What does this guy do? He destroys stuff when he's special summoned. Yeah, when he's special summoned. So if he calls this, he gets to blow up both our shit. If it's specifically Call the Haunted, we're boned. But if he doesn't have Call the Haunted, then we're chilling. I feel like he would have played his last turn differently if he didn't have Call the Haunted, though. So maybe I should have made a different play. Tough to know. Tough to know. Maybe he just messed up. Maybe he just didn't think things through. That's kind of the thing with these turns. They're kind of tricky to think through. Okay, this is interesting. This is really interesting. I am gonna book it. I'm gonna book the Ready Ari. And the reason being is I don't want that set to be a Chariot. That'd be really bad for us. If he drew another back row this turn, he would set it. He would play it. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. We need to pick up a Fire Dog here. I think that would be really good. That would be really, really good. That would be the best possible draw, probably. Fire Dog would be good. Caius would be very good. R1 Caius. He's deep in the tank. He's really thinking about his turns, which is fine. You know, you got to respect it. This is a pretty important turn for him not to mess up. I wonder what else he can do, though. He's already used his normal. And there's a monster in play, so he can't, like, Cyber Dragon or something. He's probably just thinking about setting another card. Which... Yeah, and there it is. There's a set of the second card. Interesting, we picked up Dust Tornado. And the set card was the card drawn for turn. I'm just going to go after the back rows. I think that's just better. I'll go after the first one first. Okay, Trap Stun. Interesting. No Fire Dog still. I mean, we've gone through half our deck and we haven't seen a Fire Dog. It's a little unlucky. That second back row is really concerning. I think we're going to summon Flamvel Magician, though. And I think we are going to make a Gaia Knight. This guy's pretty strong. He's got 2,600 attack points. Okay, so he thought for 8 million years and then set a deep prison. That's interesting. I'm just going to pass. We don't need to play the Dust Tornado. We know he doesn't have any other back row. He would have played him. And he can't, like, Ready Arias this turn because his Ready Arias in play. And so we're chilling. This is a loss if he makes Heraclinos here, but maybe he doesn't know that. Okay, he's going to be able to Ready Arias once because he can tag out the Ready Ari first, then tag out the quest. But that means if he Ready Arias us, he can't Heraclinos us because he'd have to get specifically Darius Laquari to Heraclinos us. So there's the Laquari. And I wonder if this is going to be the Ready Ari or if this is going to be the Darius. I have to imagine it's going to be a Darius. No. Okay, so this is probably the worst of the two plays. I mean, I would have gone Darius Ready Ari or Darius Laquari, but I definitely would not have done it this way. And this is kind of why, as you can see. This is tough, though. This is tough. We have to be careful of some things. We can make an 8-star synchro here, but can our 8-star synchro clear both monsters? This is kind of a tricky question. Making a Stardust isn't bad. Like, it isn't the worst. And killing the Laquari, like, that's not bad. That's really not a bad play. Alternatively, we could make a Thought Ruler, but that would not protect us from something like a Tiger or whatever. So I think we're just going to make a Stardust, and we're going to kill the Laquari. I think that's our only play. Unfortunately, the 8-star synchros in this format are not that good. Like, and that's another reason I think the Flamvel deck's a little weaker than it probably could be. Is because your payoff is just, it's not there. We're going to set the Dust Tornado. I think it's fine to set it here. This way, if they pick up something like a Chariot, we can ping it in the end phase and start to hopefully pick off some of these monsters. We know they have no trap cards, so that's kind of where we're at. Even if they have something like, they'd have to have double Tiger Glad to clear the Stardust, which they could have. They could honestly have that. I wouldn't be too surprised. But if they had that, I have to imagine their last few turns would have been better. So, I don't really know. It could also just be like Murmillo and like shitty draws, which is kind of a something that happens with this deck a bit. Maybe the Stardust just goes the distance. We'll see. Once the Ready Ari hits the grave, that's good for us too. One of the ways this deck can beat a Stardust is by proccing it, like activating like a destruction effect, and then using Ready Ari to remove it once it's tributed and in the grave. Kind of like a soft DD Crow. All right, buddy. I know you can't play your hand. Like you're thinking about setting a monster. Let's go, Tristan. Let's go. I know you're down bad here, but let's go. All right, so here's the end phase. We're gonna dust in the end phase. Again, Fire Dog would be a really, really big draw. It would be huge. Not quite Fire Dog, but still a fine draw. Any trap card we'll take. We'll take any trap card here. Any piece of interaction. Can't be upset about that. The worst draw would be the third Magician, obviously. Probably followed by Cyber Dragon. These are cards we just can't cast. You know. But, you know, we're out here still. He still had a healthy life total, so he can chill out for a while. Yep, and there's one of the worst draws in the deck. That's fine, though. It can maybe help us mount a comeback play if we have to. He still has no back row, which is interesting. He can get rid of this Stardust. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get rid of the Stardust. I mean, most of them include Book of Moon. But, go ahead and dust that. Ooh, Solemn, that's a good one to hit. Ooh, Book of Moon is so good. Book of Moon is such a good draw. I don't really think there's much that can win this. Maybe if he goes like Space Typhoon, like Tiger into Ready Ari, like that sort of thing. If he spaces this, I'm like inclined to let it happen. I'm like inclined to just let it. Because we don't want him going like... I guess there's no real easy way for him to Ready Ari us with the Ready Ari Engrave. And he wouldn't have sided in a second one just because he didn't know we were on Flamvel. All he saw was like Card Trooper, Thunder King, that sort of thing. Okay, here's Rescue Cat. Okay, this is the start of something. There's the normal summon, which I think is which is good. I'm gonna ask him for priority. I'll just say, okay. Yeah. Okay, Defisher, that's another way he could get rid of this. Interesting. Unfortunately for him, we do have the Book of Moon. And that's gonna stop this play from happening. I think it does survive if you Rescue Cat something and it books, because it forgets it's that monster or whatever. Mind Control. If only that, like, did anything here. This Defisher is actually a problem, though, because now Tiger will clear the Stardust. It will 2-for-1, but it will clear the Stardust. And then our hand will be looking a little cold. But that's okay. I'm not too worried. Defisher is interesting. He did side it in. Seeing, I guess, Thunder King and what is the other card he saw? Card Trooper and Caius. Makes sense. You see Card Trooper, you're usually siding in Defisher and Thunder King. It's not bad. Okay, here's the Darius. Here's the Darius. And there's a Tiger. Okay, so this is going to get the 2-for-1. And this is also going to banish his Murmillo for what it's worth. Tough. Any monster here would be good. We don't have to play any of these cards. We can just pass. If he plays any monster, we just side row over it. Trenchel's good. Trenchel's real good. We'll set that. This Defisher is also... Ooh, I don't know if we want to set that. Because I don't even think we want to activate this with our hand being Cyber Dragon. So I think we're going to pass. Yeah, we're going to Trenchel here. Any monster we just kind of want to get rid of. If he has like a dark bribe or something, maybe this forces it. No? Okay, cool. Bottomless, another good draw. We're running a little low on cards in deck. We've gone 27 cards, and we still haven't seen a fucking Fire Dog. This is insane. This deck is just so bad. Like, I don't know. Oh, man. DD Crow looking laughable here. But funny. It would have been lethal a few turns ago if we had DD Crow plus Stardust, and that would have been hilarious. We can't use DD Crow under Defissure, unfortunately, from our hand. So, but what we can do is we can summon DD Crow and we can attack. Both Vermillo and Rediari are gone. So he can't attack over the DD Crow with any of his monsters that don't die to Bottomless. So this is where we're at. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Smash like, subscribe. Okay, I guess that works. That's fine. Can't tag, so I'm not like tripping over it. Oh shit. Okay, third tiger. Okay. That's fine. What is this gonna get though? What does this even get? Oh no, that's so bad. But it's also still fine because we just bottomless the monsters he summons off of it. So it's like also still fine. Because they both summon at the same time, yep, and bottomless hits both. It's kind of funny though. That was the one thing I didn't think of. Yeah, and this is going to remove both monsters. If he has Starlight Road here, that's so fucked up. Okay, whatever. We'll pick up our 2 for 1. Alright. That's fine. And he gets back his whatever he wants to get back, his Laquari. Yeah, this is not a problem. It's only a problem if he goes like maybe his 2 Geysers. But for some reason, I don't think he'll do that. Like, I literally just don't think he'll do that. Which is kind of crazy. If his set card is Wabaku, that's, like, fucking miserable for me, but... Oh, I guess he will. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's fine. It works out. And now we draw the Fire Dog. Tough. Tough. We do win the game, though. So there is that. I'm just gonna summon my monsters. Okay, and then I'm gonna summon Fire Dog. And then I'm gonna Mind Control. And that ought to do it. Nice draw offer, Tristan. GG's, man. GG's. Don't forget to join the Discord and everything. Don't forget to sign the petition. Relevant links will be in the description. Peace.